Hello everyone. Today now that we're going to be teaching you CSS, now that we're done with pretty much all the basics of HTML, I'm going to show you first how to link your CSS page, which is pretty easy. You're just going to type link, which is a self-closing tag, so you put the slash at the end of the opening tag, and then inside there you're going to put rel equals quotations style sheet end quotations, then href equals quotations, and then the location of your style sheet. We put it into the same directory inside a CSS folder and named it core.css. You can name it whatever you want. Just remember, if you make it like ha, that you put ha.css, and you're also going to have to make sure that you save them as CSS files, and that you're also going to obviously have to make sure that this path is completely correct. So to make that new folder, we make the folder inside of here with our index HTML page, and we'll name that CSS. So it will look into the same directory, which is here, then into the CSS folder. I also have a video talking about paths if you guys want to learn more about how that works. Anyways, so quick little thing that we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be going over how to change the background color of the body tag or part of the web page. So if we go back and open up the index page in Internet Explorer, you'll see that there's no background color, so it defaults to white because we haven't specified it. So obviously, if you can't specify it, the web browser is going to have to default to something. So the background, as you can see, is white. So to change that, you're going to make a new notepad, and you're going to start making your CSS within that. So the syntax for the CSS files is the tag, then either a # if you're going to do an ID, a dot if you're going to do a class. We're not really going to be doing either of those right now, but nice to know. So it would be tag, class, or ID, and then curly braces. Then inside of that you have the attribute, or what you want to change from it. I think I just misspelled all that, oh well. Then a colon, and then the value of that, and then a semicolon to split it from the other values, other attributes and values. So now that we know the basic syntax of it, we're going to make our body tag, and we're going to change it to gray. So we do our tag name, which is body, then curly braces, then we want to change the part of the web page. So you can either put color or background color as the attribute. I'm going to be using background color because it's more widely used. So background dash color, then colon, and there's a few different ways to do this. There's RGB, which is like 225, 225, 255, 255, and 255 in parentheses with RGB here. I don't really ever use RGB, so I may have gotten some of that wrong, but I do know that it goes from 0 to 255 as the values. Anyways, there's also hex values, which is basically anything from 0 to F. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then A, B, C, D, E, F. Now you can only use 6 of those in groups of 2. So the first 2 would be the red values, the next 2 would be the green, and the next 2 would be the blue values. There's also just the color name itself, so gray. But hex values are used a lot, so that's what we're going to be using. The shade of gray I like is E3, repeated. So E3, 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 and then a colon. And this should give us a nice gray background. So Control S to save that, and we will go into our desktop and then into CSS. And now we will go into the CSS folder. Within that, save type as all files, and then we will name it core.css because that's what we specified in our index page. So enter. Now if we refresh our page in Internet Explorer, you'll see that we went from a white background to a light gray. Also, there's lots of tables that you can look at for the different hex values and different RGB values and stuff like that. And a nice thing to note though is that if you do all of them full, so FF, 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 that will make them all 100% red, green, and blue. So what does that equal out to be? Gives you white. So you may wonder, well, why even put that in there? It's because it will make your website more officially correct. It'll have the correct syntax and everything. You don't want your browser to default to anything, so always specify what you're using. Also, and vice versa, or retrospect, my bad. If you do all zeros, wow, wrong window, it'll give you pure black. Another thing to note is that if you do it right down the middle, and we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, the middle could be somewhere near about AA. Maybe a little less, but we're not really going to be picky about it right now. If we refresh that, we get a darker gray. So about halfway you'll get gray. And also you might want to experiment around with it, and you can get some pretty cool things. So if we do like A3, B2, C1 and save that, we get kind of like, we start to get like a blue mixed in with the gray, because C is a lot bigger than A and B. And if we do a F and save that, we get this kind of bluish purple color going on here, and it's kind of nice to mess around with it, but realize you don't want really flashy colors on your web page because it distracts from what the content is. That's why YouTube, their new change was everything to go to gray. White was not that flashy, so you can also make your website white like they did, but gray is typically kind of nice for the reader. So if you want any nice flashy colors, make it a picture and don't make it distract from the content. Anyways, this video was probably way too long, but I hope it got the point out to you guys and you understand the basic syntax and background color of this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, put that in the comment section below. If you like the video, like it, and if you would like to see future videos, please subscribe. And I will be seeing you guys later.